So today we're going to work on book markers. They work good for big and small books. That's why you have the double button. So this shows on a big book. Allows you to go right in there, pretty deep. And you just use the first button for that one with your elastic. And then this is obviously a smaller book, so it uses the top button. So it's got a lot of leeway to it. Well, it's not too hard to make. Obviously we will need duct tape, a needle and thread, buttons, a fastener, an elastic, cutting mat and ruler, Xacto knife, and a hole punch. So the first thing we're going to do is measure out our tape. The first piece we will cut is 18 inches. So start right at the edge of the mat. Find your 18-inch mark and cut it. And then you do a second piece and measure that at 17 inches. One's going to be for the outside, one for the inside. The inside one, we want to measure to 7/8 of an inch. Every little mark on your ruler is 1/8 of an inch. So being it's 1/8, that means there's 8 of them that make up 1 inch. So you would just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that line right between the 3/4 and the inch there. And the nice part about the see-through rulers is you can just line it at that mark instead of trying to figure all the other stuff out, and cut it all the way down. And we're just going to go ahead and remove the piece we don't need. Now all you have to do is lift up your 18-inch piece and lay it out. And then you're going to grab your 17-inch piece. And you just want to center it. So I find if you keep a bit of a tug on the end, like don't let it droop or anything, just kind of keep some tension on it. And then just carefully come down over. You just want to center it on the pieces. And then as you tack it down, I just kind of go along and smooth it out. Now we're just going to cut out the corners. So all you're going to do is go from the point of the tape on the inside out, and then out that way. And you're going to do that on every corner. So just cut out and out. I'm just going to flip it because I do better with my right hand. All right, now that you've got that all out, you're just going to fold your edges over. So you just pick up the sides, and you can feel as you pick up the edge of your tape that's laying down, and you just fold it over and just spread it as you go. Come down here further, fold it over, and just all the way down. And then I like to turn it over to do my other side. So same idea. And the nice thing is this totally encases that one piece, so you don't have any of it sticking out. One edge on the end, we're just going to fold over. And then this end will be the one where the elastic goes, so you want to fold it over 1 inch. So if you just put your edge here and there, and then at that mark, and then what you're going to do is put your elastic there. Put it in there. and then do the adhesive right there. Now, if this is as far as you want to go, that's fine. I tend to sell a lot of my stuff, so I try to make it sturdy and that when somebody buys it from me, that it'll last them a long time. If you didn't want to do the next step I do with a fastener, you could just cut another piece even to reinforce that thickness and add a little strength on there. But I do put a fastener in there. We'll do that last. Now at this end, comes down to good old sewing. My first button goes in the 1st inch, and my second button goes in at 3 inches. So you have it lined up. That's your 1st inch, 2nd, 3rd. So I would just put it on right there. So we'll start with 1, and you can use whatever thread you want. I went with a darker color just because while I'm taping this, it shows up a little better. But I probably would lean more towards white, or you could have fun. You could do blue. You want to do a contrasting color. You could do red. So I just obviously needle and thread. I double mine and do a knot at the end so it'll hold when I put it in. So you're just like sewing onto a piece of material. And if anyone needs help, they can always ask Mom and Dad if they need help sewing. So pushing the needle through on the duct tape is actually really easy, equivalent to really to just doing a easy shirt button. So you want to go around a couple times just to secure it on, because that elastic is going to be tugging on your button. All right, so then what I do, and that's why I like to keep it double stranded on that side. Do you need a pair of scissors too? Sorry. So I cut it long enough so that I won't struggle trying to tie it with little tiny ends, because I don't like doing that. So then I just split those threads apart. And I do 3 knots. And I don't cut all the way to the bottom. I leave a little bit of a strand coming out there. And then I'm going to flip it. So I said your little button goes in the 3. So 1, 2, 3 right in the center there. And again, the knot will catch so it won't come through. And cut a little bit higher. Okay. So just cut it. I leave, like I said, a few little ends on. I put tape over it. Yeah, that's where you can use this scrap piece we still had left. So I cut a 3-inch piece, and then I go more at the 3/4 line now because you don't want it overhanging on your edge. And then all you're gonna do is just make sure you start it right up here. And just lay it on there. And that way it's nice and neat. No one can even tell that you have anything there. So there's your buttons. There's your elastic. So you could stop there if you wanted to, but I don't. I put a fastener on it because it's nice to have something that lasts a while. You can even get eyelets at the sewing stores and do that too. It's just a matter of having something in there just to hold it down. So I've always used a leather punch for my duct tape stuff. Obviously not everyone's gonna have that around. But all you need is a little hole here. So you almost could take this and punch a hole through and twist it a bit and to open it. But otherwise, so in that bottom inch, we want to make sure it's in the thick part, not where we just taped it over. So I just go in the middle of that 1 inch area and put my hole in, twist it a little to make sure it took. Then I just poke through to bring it and grab it at the back and pull it off. So there you have your hole. And this is super easy. It's got a little poker on it. So you just put it through the hole, turn it over. You put your little top piece on there. And by banging it down, it will cause it to seal together. So, sorry, I don't have a cute little hammer. So I just give it a couple good little poundings. And there you have it. That is your bookmarker. Great gifts. For teachers, friends, have a fun thing to do at a party. You just put it on your book there. Wrap it around your button and you are good to go. So hope you enjoyed that. If you have any comments or questions or anything, just let me know. If you'd like to subscribe, I'm always coming out with new projects. But thanks for watching.